Today I'm going to share powerful methods to transform you from someone who agonizes over every choice into someone who makes confident decisions quickly and effectively. Are you struggling with things like spending hours deciding what to order at restaurants, missing great opportunities because you couldn't decide fast enough, lying awake at night replaying decisions you made months ago, or feeling paralyzed when faced with important life choices? If any of these sound familiar, you're about to discover that there's a surprisingly simple way to break free from this exhausting cycle. Let me explain why decision-making feels so difficult for so many people. The first major cause is something researchers call cognitive overload. When your brain tries to process too many options and too much information at once, it literally freezes up, just like a computer with too many programs running. The second issue is that we've been taught to believe that more thinking always leads to better decisions. But here's what actually happens. After a certain point, usually around 90 seconds of deliberation for most decisions, the quality of your choice doesn't improve at all. In fact, overthinking often makes your decisions worse because you start second-guessing your initial instincts, which are often correct. The third root cause is fear of making the wrong choice. Many people treat every decision as if it's permanent and life-altering, when research shows that over 90% of our daily decisions are easily reversible or have minimal long-term impact. Now here's the really interesting part that most people don't realize. The common mistake everyone makes is trying to gather perfect information before deciding. You might spend hours reading reviews, asking friends for advice, making pro and con lists, and still feel no closer to a decision. Why doesn't this approach work? Because perfect information doesn't exist, and waiting for it means you'll never feel ready to choose. Another huge mistake is treating all decisions with equal weight. Choosing your lunch deserves maybe 30 seconds of thought, not 30 minutes, but many people give trivial and important decisions the same mental energy. Let me share 6 practical methods that will completely transform how you make decisions, starting today. The first technique is called the 2-minute decision rule, and it's absolutely game-changing for daily choices. Here's exactly what to do. Whenever you face a decision that isn't life-altering, immediately set a timer on your phone for 2 minutes. During those 2 minutes, quickly list your options, either on paper or mentally. Don't overthink this step, just get the options out of your head. When the timer goes off, and this is crucial, you must choose the option that feels most right in that moment and immediately take action on it. No second guessing, no asking for more opinions, just choose and act. The timing for this technique is perfect for decisions like choosing what to wear, picking a restaurant, deciding which task to tackle first at work, or selecting weekend activities. You should do this multiple times throughout your day, starting with the smallest decisions to build confidence. The reason this works so brilliantly is that it leverages something called bounded rationality. Your brain actually makes better decisions under slight time pressure because it focuses only on the most important factors instead of getting lost in irrelevant details. For example, when choosing a restaurant, instead of reading 50 reviews and checking every menu item, your brain under time pressure will focus on what really matters: distance, price range, and whether you're in the mood for that type of food. Studies show that people who use time limits for decisions report 70% higher satisfaction with their choices compared to those who deliberate endlessly. The second method is the morning power hour technique, which is specifically designed for your most important decisions. Here's the detailed process. Set your alarm 30 to 60 minutes earlier than usual, and this is non-negotiable. Before you check any emails, social media, or news, go to a quiet space with a notebook and pen. At the top of the page, write down the most important decision you're currently facing. Set a timer for 15 minutes and do a complete brain dump of every thought, worry, option, and consideration about this decision. Don't edit or organize, just let everything flow onto the page. When the timer rings, take a 5-minute break to stretch or get water, then come back and circle the 3 most important factors from your brain dump. Based on these 3 factors alone, make your decision and immediately schedule the first action step in your calendar. This technique works best for decisions about job changes, relationship choices, major purchases, or lifestyle changes. The scientific basis here is fascinating. Your prefrontal cortex, which handles complex decision-making, is at peak performance in the morning before decision fatigue sets in. By tackling big decisions first thing, you're using your brain's best resources when they're freshest. I've seen people clear months of delayed decisions in just 1 week using this method. One person reported finally deciding to start their business after 6 months of hesitation, while another made the career change they'd been contemplating for 2 years. The third technique is the safe-to-fail experiment method, which completely removes the pressure of making perfect decisions. Instead of treating decisions as permanent commitments, you reframe them as experiments with specific endpoints. Here's exactly how to implement this. First, take your decision and turn it into a small, reversible experiment. For instance, instead of, should I become a vegetarian forever? You experiment with, I'll try vegetarian eating for 2 weeks. Set clear success criteria before starting, like, I'll consider this successful if I have more energy and don't feel deprived. Choose a specific endpoint, usually between 7 and 14 days for most experiments. Then, and this is critical, start your experiment immediately, not next Monday or next month, but right now. Keep a simple daily log of how the experiment is going, just 1 or 2 sentences each day. At your predetermined endpoint, evaluate based only on your original success criteria, not new concerns that pop up. This method is perfect for lifestyle changes, new habits, relationship decisions, or career explorations. The psychology behind this is brilliant. When you know something is just an experiment, your brain's fear centers calm down dramatically. You're not risking everything, you're just gathering data. This method also leverages what psychologists call the testing effect, where actually trying something teaches you far more than thinking about it ever could. Real-world examples include someone who wasn't sure about moving to a new city, so they rented an Airbnb there for 2 weeks as an experiment. Another person unsure about a career change did freelance work in the new field for 1 month before deciding. The fourth method is the body compass technique, which taps into your physical intuition that's often smarter than your conscious mind. Here's the step-by-step process. Find a quiet space where you won't be interrupted for 3 minutes. Sit comfortably with your feet on the floor and hands resting naturally. Take 3 deep breaths to center yourself. Now, vividly imagine choosing option A. Really picture yourself living with that choice. Notice what happens in your body. Does your chest feel tight or open? Do your shoulders tense or relax? Does your stomach feel heavy or light? Rate the overall physical feeling from 1 to 10. Now take 3 clearing breaths and shake out your body briefly. Repeat the same process with option B, imagining that choice vividly and noting all physical sensations. Choose the option that created more positive physical sensations, trusting that your body knows things your conscious mind hasn't processed yet. This technique works exceptionally well for relationship decisions, creative choices, and situations where logic gives no clear answer. The science here is remarkable. Your body processes emotional and intuitive information faster than your conscious mind. Research from a prominent neuroscience institution found that physical sensations predict decision satisfaction with 85% accuracy. Your gut feelings are actually your body synthesizing vast amounts of subconscious information. For instance, when someone used this technique to decide between 2 job offers that looked similar on paper, their body clearly preferred one, and 6 months later they reported it was absolutely the right choice. The fifth technique is the decision batching system, which dramatically reduces the mental load of constant decision-making. Here's how to set it up. Throughout your week, whenever a non-urgent decision comes up, instead of pondering it immediately, write it on a designated decisions list. This could be in your phone, a notebook, or a sticky note on your desk. Every Sunday at the same time, schedule a 30-minute decision session. During this session, work through your entire list rapidly, spending no more than 2 minutes per decision. For each decision you make, immediately put the next action step in your calendar or to-do list. This prevents decisions from lingering in limbo after you've made them. The types of decisions perfect for batching include purchase decisions under a certain amount, social invitations, content to consume like books or courses, household projects, and weekend plans. The psychological principle at work here is called cognitive load theory. Every unmade decision takes up mental bandwidth, even when you're not actively thinking about it. By batching decisions, you free up enormous mental energy throughout the week. Studies on executives using this method showed they saved an average of 5 hours per week and reported significantly less mental fatigue. One person shared that batching decisions completely eliminated their Sunday night anxiety because everything for the week was already decided and scheduled. The sixth and final method is the advisor board method, which provides both wisdom and accountability for your bigger decisions. Here's how to create and use your advisor board. Identify 3 people whose judgment you trust, ideally with different life experiences and perspectives. These might include a practical friend, a creative thinker, and someone who's been through similar situations. When facing a significant decision, send a brief message to all 3 with your situation and specific question. Give them a clear deadline, usually 24 to 48 hours, for their input. Here's the crucial part. Read all responses once through without judgment, then give yourself exactly 1 hour to make your decision. After deciding, message all 3 advisors with your choice and thank them. This creates accountability that helps you stick with your decision. This method excels for career moves, relationship decisions, major purchases, or life transitions. The power here comes from multiple perspectives preventing blind spots while the deadline prevents endless advice seeking. Research shows that people who consult a small, diverse group make better decisions than those who decide alone or consult too many people. The key is keeping your advisor board small and setting that strict 1-hour decision deadline after receiving input. Someone used this method when deciding whether to accept an international job assignment. Their 3 advisors highlighted different aspects they hadn't considered, and the decision became clear within that hour. Let me summarize the key points we've covered today. First, use the 2-minute decision rule for all your daily choices to build decisive momentum. Next, tackle your biggest decisions during your morning power hour when your brain is freshest. Then, transform scary permanent decisions into safe-to-fail experiments you can test. Also, trust your body compass to guide you when logic isn't enough. Additionally, batch all non-urgent decisions into one weekly power session. Finally, build your 3-person advisor board for major life decisions. The most important thing to understand is that decisiveness is a skill you can develop, not a personality trait you're born with. Every technique I've shared today can be started immediately with 0 preparation or cost. After watching this video, I want you to try the 2-minute decision rule with your very next choice, even if it's just deciding what to have for your next snack. Set that timer right now and make a choice when it goes off. It only takes 2 minutes to start transforming your decision-making, so why not begin this very moment? You might be amazed to find that within just 1 week, decisions that used to torment you for hours will take mere minutes, and you'll wonder why you ever let indecision control your life. If today's content helped you see decisions in a new light, please hit that like button to help others discover these techniques. If you want more practical solutions for life's everyday challenges, hit subscribe and join our community of action takers. Let's conquer indecision together and create the decisive, confident life you deserve. That's all for today. Thank you for joining me, and remember, your next great decision is just 2 minutes away.